Let's talk about the greatest person, the greatest human in the world. Okay, no, that's a joke. She's not actually the greatest human in the world. But I want to talk about how this here young lady is hated by all the right people for all the right reasons to be hated, and I will not accept any of you slandering her in any way, shape, or form and downplaying her baseness. Greta Thunberg has somehow come out from being like propped up by the mainstream media as like a trust fund funded, tailor-made for mainstream media consumption climate change influencer to being like legitimately like one of the only people who like does anything for the most downtrodden people of the earth who's from the first world. And I will not accept any slander of her anymore. I will not accept any downplaying from dumb motherfuckers who hate her on both sides. She's hated by like, you know, Morons who are like, oh, these people, they're not doing anything. Fuck the flotilla. Fuck them. What the fuck are you saying? Of course she's doing something. They're trying to break a genocidal blockade because she took advantage of like being given a ton of media attention for being like a teenager who would just yell at billionaires because her rich parents got her into that position. And she took advantage of the media attention and the fact that she's now permanently going to be in the media news cycle for the rest of her life just because of what the media played her up and made her into like someone who people listen to. Because of that, they have to pay attention to her. They can't not pay attention to her. So now the media has backed themselves into a corner where they have to report on what Greta Thunberg says and does. And she says things that are not convenient for them. And she does things that are not convenient for them. So, you know, she's like this unimaginably privileged person who, you know, to be 100% fair, you can't really contest this even though it sounds mean, doesn't deserve to be where she is. She's only where she is because, you know, her parents got her into a place where she was able to take advantage of it to get to where she is. But she'd probably admit that herself, so it's not really mean for me to say anyway. But she has taken advantage of that in the way that, like, someone in her position, like the only acceptable way someone in her position ever could have reacted to it, by using that position to advocate for mostly all the right positions against imperialism, against colonialism. And climate change is still very important, obviously. It's extremely important, but the thing with climate change is everyone just ignores it now, even though it's the most overarching, most important fucking thing in the entire world that we should all be single-mindedly focusing on, but we're not. So let's focus on everything else then. You know, she does stray every now and again. You know, you can't really be surprised if there's like a questionably, potentially like US-backed color revolution somewhere and Greta shows up. She just seems to teleport to these places and like protest with the crowd or something. That happens every now and again, you know. But fundamentally, mostly she's good. Mostly. And she does stuff, she puts herself on the line, even though she does kind of have like plot armor in a way, because if you're the one who hurts Greta Thunberg, who kills Greta Thunberg even, oh my god. That would be like, if Israel massacred Greta Thunberg, that'd be in big trouble. That'd legitimately be in big trouble. Because that would get so much attention. She's way too famous, way too well known. She has way too much mainstream media saturation for people to really hurt her. So she's sort of like Greta Thunberg, the human shield. Where she goes, like she gives the people around her sort of immunity to being killed in situations where they might otherwise be killed, which is good as well. She uses it well. But like she gets a lot of shit just because she happens to get attention. And I mean, yeah, it's bullshit that she's the one who gets attention. It's bullshit that people pay attention to her specifically. But the fact that they do is not really her own fault anymore. And she's taking advantage of that in the only possible way that someone in her position ever could. So, you know, it's just so sickening to see people shit on the flotilla and shit on Greta. It just seems like people shit on everything. Like, look at this random tweet that I saw from some random Twitter loser shitting on her and the flotilla. Westerners watching back-to-back flotillas be safely redirected by Israel. This is someone who calls themselves a Marxist, by the way. While that looks fun, I want to turn. Despite all this hyperventilating about flotillettes risking their lives, it's very apparently there's no risk of participation. I mean, they're literally sailing in to a fucking genocide, for one. For two, Israel has massacred people on the flotillas before. For three, putting yourself at the mercy of the Israeli military, of the Israeli police, of the Israeli prison system is absolutely not risk-free. You're seriously fucking with us by saying that. What a moron. What a stupid thing to say. And for free, if you have a brain, you would have seen how fishermen in Gaza, because the Israeli Navy had to divert resources to intercept the flotilla, fishermen in Gaza were able to fish for the first time in months because the attention of the Israeli Navy was taken away from shelling them, and they were able to fish because of the flotilla. This alone makes it worth it, but there's way more to it. There's way fucking more to it. They were deported. Israel had to pay for their deportation costs. The Israeli taxpayer had to pay for the flights. Amazing, fantastic. They cost the Israeli military millions, tens of millions of dollars having to intercept them. Also very good. What this flotilla, more than anything, showed is that they need more people, they need more boats. Okay, the more people, the more boats you get, the more unmanageable it would become for Israel to stop them. This was 50 boats. What if there was 500? They couldn't stop all of them. Some would get through, undoubtedly. Israel doesn't have the resources to stop all simultaneously trying to get to Gaza. So fuck off with this slander bullshit, with this, oh, it's useless. People saying, I want to join the flotilla. It's not something that it looks fun and they want to turn you, dumb motherfucker. It's that they need more people, and these people are willing to put themselves in the fucking line to do something while you just fucking cry about it. You know, this isn't like singing Kumbaya at your college campus in the USA. This is literally trying to sail into a genocide to challenge an illegal fucking blockade against the people being starved. Fuck you. Good on Greta Thunberg for this, and good on everyone else who was there. They might suck. A lot of them do suck. A lot of them are fucking American genocidal veterans. But I mean, if you're an American genocidal veteran who brags about being a veteran, least you could do is sail into the Israeli military. That's the least you could do. So stop slandering Greta Thunberg. I will accept no Greta Thunberg or flotilla slander. Oh, they're doing adventurism. Oh, they're having so much fucking fun. What are you doing? Not even that. Like, objectively, even if you're doing more than them, they're still doing something. But none of the people complaining are doing more than them at all, obviously. They're just trying to bitch. They're just complaining. They love complaining. It's crazy.